I hate to break it to y'all, but all of the manifestation methods that you see on TikTok, YouTube, social media, all of these different platforms are not going to be the actual thing that helps you transform your life and manifest every single thing that you want into your life. I'm here to call bullshit on those methods, and in today's podcast episode, I'm going to be giving you a much more realistic and sustainable way to approach manifesting your best life. What's up, and welcome to the No Bullshit Manifestation Show, the podcast that demystifies all of the nonsense that surrounds manifestation and gives you a realistic view of what it's like to be on a personal, professional, and spiritual growth journey. I'm your host, Kat Kozad, manifestation and money mindset expert, and I'm so happy you're here. Let's fucking do this thing. So when I first started my intentional manifestation journey, I felt so beaten down, confused, lost with all of these endless journaling prompts, weird methods, like the 5x55s, 369s, pillowed methods, like all of the weird shit that you see out there on TikTok and YouTube. And I thought that I needed to follow those things specifically in order to attract and manifest what I wanted into my life. But I also thought that I needed to think happy thoughts all of the time, feel happy emotions all of the time, and all around just had a very distorted perception of what it actually took to manifest the life of my dreams. So once I had sorted through all of the bullshit that was out there and really was able to nail down and understand how one can attract and manifest every single thing that they desire into their lives, hence the No Bullshit Manifestation Show, hence all of the things that I put out there when it comes to manifestation, because this shit does not need to be confusing. So if you don't really need any of those weird bullshit methods and any of those weird journaling prompts or rituals or any of the things that you see out there, what do you actually need to manifest the life of your dreams? I believe that manifesting your best life comes down to two very important components to naturally be in the position that you are attracting and manifesting everything that you desire into your life. But before we dive into those two things, I want to let you know that enrollment is going to be opening for the Abundant AF Babe Academy, my signature online manifestation program, which I have crafted after years and years of studying manifestation and law of attraction, applying all of this into my life, but also helping over 250 women apply this into their lives and create the change that they've wanted to see. So if you are no bullshit in it, if you are dead ass about your manifestation journey, you are ready to go all in on creating the life of your dreams with the power of intentional manifestation, you're going to want to put yourself on the wait list for the Abundant AF Babe Academy. You can find the link down below in the show notes to go to the website, get all of the information that you need about it, and put yourself on the wait list. Waitlist always gets first notification of when the academy is open for enrollment. It's opening, like I said, beginning of February. I'll let you guys know the exact date very soon, but waitlist always gets first dibs, and there's a very limited amount of spots in each round that I do of the Abundant AF Babe Academy. So if you are wanting to manifest your best life this year, you are going to want to put yourself on the wait list. But with that being said, let's dive into these two important components that I was talking about that will naturally help you manifest everything that you desire into your life. First component is doing the inner work to release all internal blocks and shift your perception of yourself. And we'll dive into that. And the second is embodiment. So let's break down both of these things. First one being doing the inner work to release internal blocks and shift your perception of yourself. So when I say this, what do I mean? So if you are new to the world of intentional manifestation, or if you are not, this is just a friendly reminder for you. The way that we are, the behaviors that we have, the beliefs that we have, the perception that we hold about ourselves and about the world all come from our subconscious conditioning, because our subconscious mind makes up 95% of the human brain and is typically molded between ages 0 to 7 by our parents, our primary caregivers, friends, teachers, society, media, whatnot. And all of those scripts, all of those stories, the narratives, the beliefs, the behaviors that we are handed during those primary foundational years then give us our script of how we will continue to believe and behave and perceive things from that point moving forward in some way or another, until we take the intentional look at what is there ruling the show, what is creating the beliefs, the behaviors, the story that we have about our life, and why we remain in it. And for majority of people listening to this, I can imagine that if you haven't done the inner work yet, there's a reason that you are led to this show. There's a reason you are guided here, and it is because you are unhappy or unfulfilled with some sort of aspect of your life. And this is where doing this first part of this intentional manifestation process is so important, because this gives you the opportunity to look at what were those things that you were taught. What were the beliefs, the behaviors, the stories, the scripts, the narratives that you were taught that have manifested things that you do not want, things that you do not like, things that do not support you in your life, so that you are able to release those beliefs, release those behaviors, and fully heal from them, so that essentially you can plant a seed of what you're choosing to be true about yourself and about your life moving forward. And with time and consistency, then grow new flowers in place of what was once weeds. So the analogy that I like to give for this is like, if your mind was a garden, right now your garden is probably full of weeds. And instead of walking around the garden, trimming down the weeds, pretending like they're not going to grow back, which most manifestation methods and most manifestation teachings out there will tell you to do, with these weird scriptings, with the weird rituals, with the manifestation methods, with forcing positivity, with forcing gratitude. Yes, that works for a short amount of time because you are trimming those weeds down. But ultimately, because the roots to those weeds still live underneath the ground, the weeds are going to continue to grow back. So instead of chopping those weeds down and allowing them to grow back, what you actually need to do if you want to create transformation in your life and manifest the things that you desire from a completely natural and effortless standpoint is dig deep down into where those roots come from in the first place and heal those parts of yourself that are still holding on to the roots, so that you can finally clear the space inside of yourself to then plant the seed of what you're choosing to be true about yourself and about your life moving forward, and then tend to it and water it by reaffirming these new supportive beliefs, behaviors, whatnot on a day-to-day basis, so that you can root that new supportive belief and behavior down inside of yourself, which will completely shift your vibration and therefore naturally allow you to attract and manifest more supportive, abundant, high vibrational things into your life. And this is so important because your current reality is a byproduct of your belief system and your behaviors. Whether you are aware of it or not, your reality, every single thing in your life right now is a manifestation of your belief system and of your behaviors. So if you can take a look around and again see that there's things that you're not super jazzed on, that means that there is some sort of internal block inside of you. There is some sort of limiting belief, trauma, whatever it may be, that is rooted down inside of you that is creating this external reality. And when we do not work on clearing our internal blocks, those internal blocks are going to keep you in patterns of the past, which then keep you energetically closed off to more abundance than what you already have right now. Without clearing the internal blocks that you have, doing the subconscious reprogramming and doing this inner work that I'm talking about, you essentially are going to cap yourself out in terms of like the level of abundance that you are capable of manifesting into your life without doing this work. So this is where, again, digging into our subconscious conditioning and clearing out the mental, emotional, and energetic blockages inside of yourself becomes so crucial for the manifestation process, because this is what will allow you to be in full receiving mode to your manifestations. This is what will allow you to energetically open yourself to be the clear channel, to be the vibrational match. For anybody who listens or has learned about manifestation, this is what it means to actually become the vibrational match for it. Because with all of these internal blockages, it's really challenging to become the match for it. But without those blockages, it is so fucking easy. And that's where you just naturally and effortlessly manifest the level of abundance that you desire into your life, because that is the state that you naturally live in. And this is exactly what we dive into inside of the Abundant AF Babe Academy. So again, get yourself on the wait list for ABA if this is something that you know you need in your life. You know that you on some level are blocking yourself from your manifestations, because the Abundant AF Babe Academy, also known as ABA, will help you completely eliminate that and step into alignment with the things that you are desiring to manifest into your life right now. So with that being said, the second important component of the manifestation process is embodiment. And embodiment is one of the most misconstrued and one of the things that majority of the women that I have worked with have felt most confused about when it comes to the manifestation process. So let's talk about it. What is embodiment? Embodiment is you showing up in your beliefs, your behaviors, your emotions, your actions on a day-to-day basis as if you already had your manifestations. So getting clear on whatever it is that you desire to manifest. Let's take, for example, wanting to manifest a life full of freedom. So if you are in a reality right now that you have no freedom whatsoever, I can imagine your belief system is that freedom isn't possible. You're going to have to work your ass off to make it happen. That's going to take forever, whatever it may be. So recognizing how different would it be if you already had that freedom? What would you know to be true? What beliefs would you have about yourself and about your life? What behaviors would you have? What actions would you take on a day-to-day basis? How would you feel? So again, I can imagine going from the position where somebody had no freedom whatsoever to living a life full of freedom. Your belief system would shift in terms of like, anything and everything is possible for me. I get to have what I want. I have an abundance of time. I have an abundance of money. I have the ability to be where I want to be when I want to be there. And in the actions, it would be really putting yourself into that energy of like, okay, as someone who's free, where am I limiting myself and how can I stop doing that? Where I'm telling myself I can't have something or do something, I'm going to start to prove to myself that I can. In the emotional state, it would go from a feeling of stuck to a feeling of, wow, okay, like I feel good. I feel safe. I feel free inside of my skin. And really starting to make that shift before your external reality looks that way. And this is the big thing that I want to hit on, is that this is all happening internally inside of yourself before anything external happens and before anything external starts to shift. And this is where the confusion typically comes into play, because people are like, well, how can I do that when my external reality doesn't look that way? And this is where so many people in the world has conditioned us to believe, when I see it, then I'll believe it. But it's like choosing the belief of when I see it, then I'll believe it, is what is keeping you so fucking stuck. That is what is keeping you in your less than ideal reality, your less than supportive reality, because you are not allowing yourself to expand past what currently is. And the actual reality is that, again, you are manifesting every single thing into your life. So if you are looking at your external reality right now and building your belief system based off of it, then you're going to be keeping yourself stuck and stagnant and reliving the same shit over and over again because, again, you manifest everything. So if you are not choosing to expand past that and decide that I'll believe it first, I'll embody it first, I'll have it be my experience on the internal level first, and then I will see it in my external reality, then again, nothing will change because the embodiment piece is so fucking crucial. Living this internal reality for yourself, because that is how life plays out. It happens internally first. And this is where also a lot of the times I have women come to me and will tell me like, well, I feel as though I'm like faking it, or I feel as though it's delusional. I feel as though it's stupid for me to look at my reality right now and then try to live this inner reality. And again, I'm going to bring it back to the fact that like it happens internally first. So based off of what the world has taught us, sure, maybe it looks or sounds delusional, but like majority of people in the world are so fucking unfulfilled. And majority of the people in the world will continue to be stuck in these patterns of the past because of that old, outdated, rusty, gross belief system of when I see it, then I'll believe it. So you must make the decision for yourself to believe it and then see it. Embody it and then see it. And I can tell you firsthand experience, and so many of you listen to the podcast for quite some time now, so know this part of my story, but when I first started my intentional manifestation journey, I was $70,000 in debt, working 60 plus hours a week in a job that I absolutely hated, working paycheck to paycheck, and it required me to do exactly what I am talking about right now. Don't think that I am here on this podcast telling you to do this without doing it myself. I did this too. I had to look at my reality. I had to do everything we talked about in step 1 with doing the inner work and clearing out those beliefs and understanding why I had manifested this less than ideal reality in the first place. And once I took personal accountability for that and started to identify what I actually wanted for myself, which was that life full of freedom, which was the successful online business, which was this life that I'm living now here in New York City, then I had to get clear on, as that version of myself, how would I show up? How would I walk? How would I talk? What beliefs would I have about myself and about life? What beliefs would I have about money? What beliefs would I have about business or work? And those were the things that I chose to step into and embody on a daily basis, because that is what then shifted my vibration into the energy of that reality. And the different opportunities, the money, the clients, everything fell into place to support me within it. But I chose to take the action on it first. I chose to embody that version of myself, even and especially when it didn't make sense. Even and especially when it would have been easier to stick in the patterns of the past, do what was comfortable, think I was a victim to my situation, and really just not step into the position of being responsible for myself and for my reality. But if you want to manifest the life of your dreams, it's going to require you to take that responsibility and to look at this as a lifestyle shift. And I really want to hit on that for a second, because this isn't just you doing another like 30-day diet or 30-day reset or 30-day whatever the fuck. Like, there's so many things, especially in our world today, and like especially with how our brains have been trained through the different diets that we see, the different workout programs that we get, the fact that we have fucking phones in our hands at all time that give us so much instant gratification. Like, if you perceive manifestation as a short-term thing to gain the wealth, gain the abundance, gain the things that you desire in your life, and then you can drop it, then you are sadly mistaken. And that's why, again, a lot of these manifestation methods that you see on TikTok, YouTube, whatnot, they don't actually work. Because in order for you to manifest the life of your dreams, you must adopt this as a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle shift. And y'all, I can tell you, this is like the best fucking lifestyle shift you could ever make for yourself. Because while it may feel uncomfortable or funky at first, because all things that are new feel uncomfortable and funky because they are new, and they feel uncomfortable because you are growing, but that is so necessary. You must evolve in order for you to attract and manifest what you want into your life. You must create the shift. It's not going to come from where you're at right now and your comfort zone and what you know already. It is going to come from you choosing to grow and evolve and shift yourself and step into that embodiment of the version of yourself who already gets to have it all, be it all, and do it all. So, whoo, I just went off there. I didn't know that was going to come up, but it feels so right. I believe this so fully. This is one of the things that I see when people think that manifestation doesn't work, it's because they gave up. When people think that manifestation doesn't work, it's because they wanted an easy out. They wanted the magic pill. They wanted a quick fix. But the reality is like, if you want it, you will create the shift. You will stay consistent. You will embody these principles and go all fucking in on yourself. Because massive change requires massive action. And I don't mean that in a daunting way. It can be broken down into small, manageable, bite-sized steps. And it is broken down into small, manageable, bite-sized steps inside of the Abundant AF Babe Academy. But it requires that willingness to shift, to change, to evolve, to heal, to embody, to expand, and to become something greater than you are right now. So that is what I have for you on this episode of the No Bullshit Manifestation Show. One more time and one more reminder, if this podcast episode resonated with you, get yo ass on the waitlist for the Abundant AF Babe Academy. You can find the link to the website down below in the show notes, and I will chat with y'all on the next episode. I'm sending you all of my love.